People fail at learning Mandarin so often, but it can be easily avoided with these 3 methods. How do adults learn Mandarin? There are tons of different opinions, suggestions, and experiences being shared out there. But you are busy, you don't have time, and you might have kids, like I'm about to. So how to maximize your time to get real progress? Make sure to watch to the end. Hi, I'm Rita, aka Fan 老师, your accent coach and Chinese teacher. Over the last 13 years, I've researched and studied the Chinese language, taught thousands of adults Mandarin, and seen countless successes. And I also previously failed to learn English for over 2 decades until I started doing something different. By the end of this video, you'll know what's going wrong, how to fix it, and I'll give you a done-for-you solution. I need to sit down, but let's go. So number 1, I introduced the Audiolingual Army method like a year ago in this video. It's effective for urgent missions during wartime, and it's effective for adult learners who don't have time to immerse themselves, and thus it's impossible to learn passively. I couldn't help but smile when someone on Instagram said, I usually use passive listening methods to learn Chinese. What do you think? I know it sounds great to learn something with little effort and bring energy if you just want to feel good without expecting any real results. I watched so many English TV shows before I first came to the US, and then I have painful time struggling to understand native speakers' speech or putting together a sentence quickly enough for effective communication. But I realized I was just reading the subtitles most of the time rather than using my mouth muscles to put the sounds together in a way that makes sense. So I couldn't form good speech habits for them. Good habits are the start of improvement. Efficient input, aka listening and speaking, is a must. But it's just step 1. Shadowing and mimicking random sentences that natives say from random videos is the easier kind of drill. It's good to have some examples for your mind and your mouth to get more familiar with the patterns and structure. The next level drill that helps language learners reach last step of mastery is replacing and substitution exercises, which reflect the essence of a language system. Most people learn a structure, then move on. They learn the next one, then move on, and so on until they've studied 1,000 structures, but don't remember any of them, let alone know how to use them. Like Bruce Lee said, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. You gotta use one pattern or one structure enough times to internalize it as part of your active language so that you don't need to think about it next time when it's needed to serve your speaking need. This is especially effective for Mandarin learning as there are no conjugations in the language, and the grammar is basically about word order and grammatical pattern. Take structure and just make tons of different expressions and sentences with it, it'll become instinct soon enough. If a Mandarin learner is high self-motivated and strictly self-disciplined, they may be able to create many practice opportunities to do such drills on their own until the patterns are fully internalized. Or if someone prepares well-designed questions and context for the learners and holds them accountable, they can overcome humanity's laziness and get results and progress. For most of us, we usually need some external help, and that leads us to the second method. Pregnancy. The next one is output, and output with quality feedback is best. When we talk about output, there are at least 3 aspects. Sound articulation, i.e. pronouncing the sound, phrase selection, i.e. the words you use, and grammar, i.e. how you put them all together. The last one is the backbone of sentences that we use to express our thoughts and feelings when communicating. And if a teacher tells you that Chinese doesn't have grammar, fire them immediately.
You're fired.
The grammar isn't that tough, which is amazing news, but if anyone tells you that there's no grammar, they're just a bad teacher. Now, output without feedback or response is like practicing dance without a mirror. What you are doing can easily become deformed and full of mistakes. What's worse is practicing blindly like this all the time, so the mistakes become your default output. It'll take quite some time to redo everything and make it alright. That's why you get people making constant grammar mistakes and weird phrases after living in a country for decades. You need feedback, or at least a very strong awareness of what's right and wrong. Having a native speaker as your sounding board and getting your output in check is great. There are at least 3 levels when we talk about feedback from native speakers. Level 1. They tell you what you say is right or wrong, or it sounds a little weird without further explanation. Free language partners are usually good for this. Level 2. They can tell you which part of your sentences needs to be corrected and why it should be like that. So feedback is based on solid linguistic understanding rather than some made-up rules that can be easily contradicted. But then you still need to wait until the next time you encounter the pattern and try to use it again without feeling certain of what you are saying. Level 3. They can tell you what needs to be improved, why it is, and how to do it. Then they give you more correct examples. Plus, they ask you multiple questions and create more exercises that help solidify it. This requires not only a deeper understanding of the language, but also experience working with many students. That's the mark of an awesome teacher. And that's why online tutoring can range from $5 up to $500+ per hour. And if you're just doing this on your own, you can record yourself compared to a native's and listen to differences. It can be done and can be trained, but it takes a lot of time. And if you're trying to learn fast, that can be really frustrating. Now for number 3, describing a picture, and even better if generated by AI. AI has made it so much easier to learn languages. I started using this a lot more in the last few years when I taught Mandarin at universities like Georgetown and Johns Hopkins. Like, take a look at this picture and think about what you see. Do it in your native language first. There's so much you can say. Now try in Chinese. Might be a bit harder. Doing this is even better than asking questions because there are still a lot of verbal cues when asking questions to guide students toward using a target pattern and structure. But showing good pictures doesn't require giving more direct instruction. Plus, the images are definitely closer to real-life situations, so the students can experience the process of stringing the content words and grammatical words in the correct order to express themselves freely and naturally. And it's obvious that students are usually more excited trying what they've just learned with pictures. I used to spend a lot of time searching for the perfect pictures for students to practice with, but now with Midjourney and dall-e, I can create perfect pictures myself. We can even expect to create perfect videos to practice with soon too. I'm gonna rest real quick, but here's Chris with an example of what this picture description could look like.
All right, so what we're gonna do here is you just grab any picture. We'll use the picture that Rita showed a little bit ago, and you just try to describe it. So it could be something like 看这张图片的时候，我就觉得当妈妈，哎呀，真的很辛苦，应该是全世界最难的一份工作之一。尤其是因为你得做各种各样的事情啊，你得做饭呀、工作、做家务、照顾宝宝。当然，现在男性也应该承担一部分工作，但是也不是所有人都这样啊。我觉得不管怎么样，当妈妈还是非常累，我们应该多佩服全世界所有的妈妈们。
Make sense? Try it right after you finish this video. These are things that people can do all on their own to improve. But if you want some additional help, as I promised, there's a comprehensive solution for you. No matter your current level, to supercharge your speaking skills with all 3 methods that are covered in this video and more. My limited time speaking bootcamps that start on June 2nd. I made the content myself along with other amazing teachers who studied Mandarin Chinese for years and have been teaching for over a decade. And summer is the only time that we can work together to help more serious Mandarin learners, so don't miss out. If you really want to improve effectively and challenge yourself with an intensive program, this is the perfect time. You'll have a clear understanding of each lesson's target patterns and carefully crafted drills, AI-powered pictures included. And the best part is that you have daily feedback from our top teacher team on your daily mission to guarantee your learning results and practice quality. Plus weekly live stream classes for more real-time exercises and Q&A, a supportive and informative community, and lifetime access to all the class materials for your future review and learning. Try the methods we learned and check the link below to sign up for the bootcamp before time runs out. I'll see you there. And remember, with Fan 老师, Chinese makes perfect sense. See you all in the next video. Being pregnant is so hard.